Hello everyone, this is Manikanta. Welcome back to my channel Next Gen Tech Institute. I know it's been some time since we last connected, but I'm excited to be back, right? So in today's session, we will be discussing about how do we go and deploy Power Automate desktop solution using GitHub YAML, right? And this is a today's agenda. Okay, in today's agenda, we will be just setting up GitHub repository, creating GitHub workflows, how do you go and write a YAML and configuring as a secret and variables and testing and executing workflows, right? So we have two sessions for this. Okay, in today's session, we will be what we'll be doing is there is a Power Automate Cloud for solution which has been created. Okay, the uh, workflow what we are creating, it will just go directly pick up the solution directly from cloud and it will just save the particular solution in the GitHub repos. Okay, in our next session, we will talk about how do we go and create an application in Azure, and then again, how do we go and you know deploy a solution from source to destination environments, right? So this is the agenda for today's task. Now, let me quickly go to Power Automate Desktop and just show you. Okay, there is a test flow which I have created with two actions. All right. So this is a test flow what I've created. Okay, and it's getting loaded. Now let me quickly go to the cloud also here. Okay, so yeah, you can just see I've created one test flow with only two actions as part of this particular POC, and you can see I'm just now used one database action to list all my rows in the table, and I just use a display action. Okay, and from the cloud, you can just see under this dev environment, I've created a solution called test pad, right? And under this, you can just see a connection reference I've created and desktop I've added it and one environment variable. Okay. So basically, I've just kept, the basic or maybe a different kind of components, okay, inside the solutions. Okay. So now let me just go back. Okay. So we can just see there's a desktop which has been created. I've added the same desktop flow inside this test pad solution. Okay. Now, what our workflow will do now is, okay, in today's agendas, it will get this cloud flow solution directly from cloud using GitHub YAML, and it will unpack it and it just saves it as a repos in GitHub, right? So that is the workflow what we'll be creating it for today in GitHub, right? So let me just quickly go back to my GitHub. Okay, so you can just see I've logged into GitHub with my account. I'll go to repositories. I'll create one repository for now. Okay, so I'll just say maybe pad, maybe flow run one as an example. Okay. So this is a repository what I've created. And if you navigate to down, okay, ensure that you're just not turning on this add readme. Okay, rest everything you just keep it, by default. Click on create repository. So pad flow run one has been created successfully. So the repo has been created. So the next action is we need to go and set up a workflow. Okay, for that go to actions. Okay, set up a workflow and give a name to it. Okay, you can name it, and also we need to update the YAML here. Okay, there is a YAML which I have already created it here, where I'm renaming that particular workflow as export and unpack Power Platform solution. Okay, I'm copying this. Okay, I'm pasting it here. Okay, so to get this YAML code, I think you can reach out to me. Okay, via email or maybe via like phone number. I mean, you can just reach out to me on phone number or email. I'm happy to provide you those details. Okay. Now I'm just clicking on this commit changes. Okay. Now here I'll just name this commit messages maybe um, add R1. Okay. And when we try to commit these changes, we can commit to main branch or we can also create a sub branch. But for now, I'll just create a main branch. I'll just click on save, commit changes. Okay. And you can see there is a workflow which has been already created here. Okay. Now, next thing what we have to do is we have to go and update all our secrets, which is nothing but our app registration details, like client ID, tenant ID, client key, and environment URL under this actions and secrets. Okay, where you will navigate to settings. scroll down and under the security, you just go and click on this actions, secret and variables, click on actions. Okay. After clicking on it, go to new repository secret. Now try to add all the details of client ID, everything. Now first I'll go and add client ID, which has been already created, and I'll walk you through this. How do we go and create the app registration, everything in our next session. Okay. Clicking on add secret, client ID is added. Now I would want one tenant ID. Gonna add this, and we want secret, client secret, which is nothing but a client key, secret key. I'm sorry. Click on this. Click on add and update this environment URL. Okay. So environment URL is something where you need to navigate to Power Platform Admin Center. So once you navigate to Admin Center, you can click on this tab, and here you'll be able to see this environment URL. Okay. So which is what I've just pasted it here. Okay. And I've just added HTTP semicolon slash as this URL, right? And this is dev URL. This is a dev environment URL. Okay. Which I've already added it, and I'm adding it to secret. Okay. Now all my secrets, okay, my operation, everything has been added, right? So the next thing what we have to do is we have to go to this actions general, ensure that this workflow permissions is always set to check the read and write permission, click on save. Do not please miss this or else your YAML will not work. Okay, when that is done. All right. Yeah, we are all set now. I think we have created a repos, we have created a workflow, we have added all the secrets, and we have enabled the permissions also. Now this is a workflow, right, which has been created. Now I'm gonna go and run this. Okay, and here you can just see there is a, it'll ask you a user prompt asking unique name of the solution to export. So how do I get to know the unique name of the solution is, if I click on this, the respective solution, right? If you go and click on the settings, you need to update the actual solution name, not the display name. Ensure that this name, okay, has been updated there. Okay. And I'm clicking on this run workflow. So whatever the solution which we want to export and unpack it, okay, provide that particular actual solution. I mean, in our case, it is testpad, right? So I'm just running this. It will take few minutes. We'll just wait for that to happen. You can just see it's in progress. So if I click on this particular YAML, right? So you can just see there is a setup process it will follow. It will set up a job, check out repo, install Power Platform pipelines, export, confirms, unpacks it, okay, and moves the solution to the respective folder. Okay. So we'll just wait for this to run. So in order to just check that whether it is run successfully or failed, you can go to actions and workflows, and under this you can able to see this. Okay, in case if this particular workflow is failed, okay, you can just see there'll be a red mark like with the cross symbol. If it is successfully executed, you will just see green tick. Okay, so we'll just wait for this to happen. Still running. So we can just see it is following all the process. It is authenticating one by one. It's committing. It's post checking out repo. Yeah, I think it's done. Okay. So let me just quickly go. You can just see it's successfully executed. Awesome. Right. Now we very well know that in our today's agenda, the solution, which is called as test pad, okay, where it is having components as connection reference, desktop was environment variables. Okay, this particular test pad should appear in Git repos. That is the agenda, right? Now we want to validate that. How do we go and validate? Go to this actions, go to click on code. You will see a folder called solutions test pad. Can you see? It has been successfully executed. Solution test pad, right? See test pad. So we have environment variables, we have desktop flows, everything, right? Connection references, binaries, environment variables, workflows, everything, right? So it's been successfully executed. So this particular workflow, it has successfully got the data directly, okay, from the cloud, and it has saved it in our GitHub repos. Okay, so we have successfully executed this. All right. Yeah. So this is how this is what the process what we follow, right? Like now to export and unpack the solution directly from cloud and saving it in GitHub repos, guys, using GitHub YAML. Okay. So just doing a quick recap. So all which we did is we have already created a test flows, okay, in Power Automate desktop, and in cloud we already created a solution and we have bought all the packages there. Then we just set up GitHub repository, right? And how do we go and create workflows, writing YAMLs, configuring Azure, and testing and executing workflows, right? So we have tested that. We successfully see that it has been already saved in the GitHub repos. Okay. So in our next session, we will definitely talk about how do we go into appreciation in Azure and how do we go and move our solution from source to destination environment. Okay. I really, again, I'm just repeating. I really know it's been some time, okay, since we last connected. But I'm going forward again. I'll be really just coming up with very real time scenarios, not theatrically, but I'll just test it from my end, and I'll definitely come back to you guys, okay, with the solutioning, okay. So if you want to just if you want to just know about, or if you want to, if you guys are having any real-time use cases which you guys are facing issues, or if you need any kind of a project guidance, or if you're facing any automation challenges, okay, please feel free to reach out to me. This is my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, okay. And you can just reach out to me on this, I mean, mobile number via WhatsApp or a call, and you can send out an email if you want, if you need it, right? Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for hands-on tutorials, tips, and walkthroughs that will help us. Okay, that will help our automation journey, guys. Okay, have a great day. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye.